Our objective in this assignment is to make cutouts of these windows and also make cutouts of our doors as well. So we have doors, windows, doors, windows, doors, and windows. Our goal is to make cutouts inside these components. So these are called components. And to make cutouts of a component, we need to actually enter the instant of a component. So what is that? An instant of a component is if when you take a selection tool and you double click on the component, you can notice how everything is grayed out except for the object that I am trying to make a change to. So the object is here, meaning that's the component, and I'm inside the component called the instant. So I'm inside the instant right now. Whenever you want to make changes to an object or a component, you have to go inside of the object. So in this case, we are inside of this object right here. If we click using the selection tool, click on the outside, we will exit the instant. So let's go ahead and start from the bottom, which is going to be this garage area. So if I want to make a cutout for the doorway, to make a doorway, which I have a little outline for, all you need to do is double click using the selection tool, double click inside the instant, and then take the line tool and trace the perimeter of this object. So here we go. Click once, let go, move it to the endpoint, click, let go, drag it over, click, let go, and go down until you touch the bottom, click, let go. Now that you have the entire outline done, you will know if you have done it right if you take the selection tool, click the doorway, in this case, the garage door, and you notice how that area now is selected and not the outside. For example, if it's not completely cut out, notice how the entire shape is selected. But if I have done my line tool and create the outline for it, you are able to now actually have two different selections, the doorway and also the wall itself. So in this case, we want to get rid of this doorway by pressing the delete key on the keyboard or the backspace key. If your keyboard has the delete key, press the delete key. If it doesn't have the delete key, press the backspace key. So I'm gonna do that, and you should have a cutout that looks like this. This will allow me later on in the next assignment to put a garage door in here. Your objective now is to go through each one of these boxes and make cutouts to every one of these components. Let's go to the next one. There are two windows up here. I'm gonna go ahead and first take the selection tool, double click inside the instant, take the line tool, and trace from one endpoint all the way to the next endpoint and wrap it all the way around like that. Now I'm gonna do the one on the other side as well until it's completely selected. Now I can check if my work is done correctly by simply take the selection tool, select the window now, and press the delete key or backspace, depending on your computer. And I'm able to now have a hole inside that object. And that's what you want to do. I'll continue through the other side of this component and trace these objects as well. Check this out. If for whatever reason you didn't do it correctly and you select like this, notice how everything is kind of highlighted and not the window only. That means that we had missed some line somewhere. So the easiest way to go about that is simply take the line tool again and just trace the perimeter from one endpoint to the next until you have a cutout like that. So I'm gonna continue through this one as well. There we go. I'm gonna take the selection tool now, select the window and not the wall. If you accidentally delete the wall, for example, just go backspace here, use the undo button or Control Z or Command Z, depending on what version of the computer you have. I'm gonna delete those. Let's see if I have any other windows. Oh, look at this. I have a little doorway on this side as well. Not sure why there's a doorway. Let's make this a window later on. So I'm just going to trace this and delete that as well. Very good. The easiest way to escape this object is take the selection tool again, click on the outside, and you should have your object looking like that. You will continue through the entirety of this architecture and make sure you cut out every single one of these windows and every one of these doors as well.